Okay, great. So give me 1 minute. I will this on the other one. I will see this logging this there also. Okay, great. So Sairam, everyone. Sorry, I'm late. I stepped out. So today, we are gonna continue with the Upasni Maharaj. I think we have a lot of additional materials to cover, and can you hear the sound? Oh, hold on 1 minute. Some issue. 1 minute. I think my speaker is not correctly here.
सायिनाथैकदर्शिष्यं श्री उपासनि सद्गुरुं देवीं गोदावरीं चैव वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा.
Puniji, we can't hear you.
Okay, so I think last time we saw how Upasni Maharaj came to Shirdi in 1911, and how he wanted to go out, but Baba brought him back within 8 days. And he was reluctant, but he realized that Baba is not a simple normal person, but some saint. Although he was still had doubts that how he's gonna stay back here with his family. So today what we are gonna go through is Upasni Maharaj stay in Shirdi, how his stay started. He had continuous attachment to his family, his wife, his brother, mother, and how he continuously asked Baba to let him go. How he moved to Khandoba Mandir, right? When he came to Shirdi, Baba asked him that go to Vada and stay there, and don't do anything. I will get things done by you. So, and how did villagers take him, receive him in Shirdi? all that stuff, we are gonna, see through today. So, but when Upasni Maharaj came to Shirdi after, after those 8 days, he started staying there in the Vada, and what he will do is he will observe all the devotees. What are they doing? And he found that all the Shirdi people and all the devotees that come there, they treated Baba as God. And जो भी बाबा कहेंगे, they will do that thing to the dot. Even, अगर किसी को जाना है शिरडी से बाहर, तो they will not go until unless they have asked Baba for the permission. So he was quite surprised, right? And Baba, we all know Baba used to have these meetings in Dwarka Mai where devotees, he's surrounded by devotees, and he will tell all his cryptic stories. And that's what happened one day, a story about a pregnant lady. So Baba is sitting in Dwarka Mai, surrounded by his devotees, and Upasni Maharaj is one of them. And he started telling about a story about a pregnant woman ki ek garbhavati aurat thi, and her belly was protruding, but her other body parts, hands, legs, were really weak, thin, emaciated. And I will keep telling that lady, why don't you deliver? You have been carrying this baby for so long, why don't you deliver? And I will caution that lady not to drink cold water. I told that lady, go to the village, drink hot water, and then you will deliver this baby immediately. And all these devotees, they couldn't figure out what is Baba talking of, this pregnant lady, and when did he meet this pregnant lady, and water and all that stuff. But one thing was there, when Baba was telling this story, he was looking at Upasni Baba also. Okay. And Baba style was कि बाबा जब स्टोरी बताते थे, वो किसी को नहीं पता चलती थी, किसी को मतलब नहीं समझता था, बट जिसके लिए it was relevant, he will immediately make it out. And it was not a surprise for Upasni Maharaj to immediately realize that the old man whom he saw in Rahuri, right, and Jejuri, जो कि 150 मील दूर है वहां से, right, who prescribed him, or rather prescribed him not to drink cold water or go to village and drink hot water, your ailment will be fixed. He was no one else but Sai Baba, right? And that's why I specified this when we were talking last time, his protruding belly, right? Because of his breathing issues and all that stuff, his belly has protruded, बाहर आ गई थी उनकी जो और बाकी जो body parts से, he was very slim. And also when he was doing meditation remember he was doing meditation in the cave in Nashik. He had a vision after months he did meditation sadhana. After that he had a vision where Hindu and Muslim person were standing right next to him and saying, they took off their skin and say, you have a divine body. That was nobody but the Baba. So Baba started showing him miracles, or not, showing him his thing that, look, I am connected with you, not now. I have been there with you for right before you even came to Shirdi. So Baba will frequently tell Upasni ji that, we have known each other for 1,000 years. And, this is like, we have heard this before. Baba used to tell Shama and many other devotees, right? You are coming today, but I know you for many years. But here you will see, he's telling Upasni Baba for thousands years. And on top of that, he's telling that your families and my families are interlocked for mutual obligations. I have obligation towards your family. And to signify that, he will tell another cryptic story. So he will say that he told Upasni ji that, there is a well, एक बावड़ी है, उसके पास पेड़ था, उस पेड़ पे 2 पक्षी थे, एक पक्षी उस बावड़ी में गिर गया, and then the second bird went into that bawdi to save the Pakshi. But unfortunately, the first bird survived and the second bird did not survive. And Balkrishna Shastri ji, जो कि हमने देखा था लास्ट एपिसोड में, his elder brother, right? He got to hear the similar type of story from Baba way back. So in 1808, right now we are in 1912. Okay, we are talking in 1808. Balkrishna Shastri ji went to Rishikesh for pilgrimage, right? He was, Sanskrit scholar, and he met a saint there, and that saint told him a story, a weird story that he couldn't make out. That there were two people on the tree, one person fell down, the other went up, and the same story Baba told Balkrishna Shastri in 1912, when we'll discuss later that his elder brother came looking for Upasni Maharaj to Shirdi. He told him the same story then also. So what he's trying to say is that I am with you, I have to protect you, I have an obligation toward you, I'll protect your family, you, all of you. So Baba was instilling, devotion in Upasni Maharaj through all these things, but there were the contra forces in play, his family ties and other stuff. He was still not a pakka devotee. And on top of that, he wasn't very confident that his health has improved or it will not flare up, because he used to have meals in hotel, and his living conditions were also not very good. So he was scared ki what will happen if my health illness flare up again. So Baba will tell him that Shirdi is not for Maran but for Taran, right? And this is a pattern that we have seen Baba telling many devotees who are skeptical, coming to Shirdi, uh, thinking that, oh, what will happen? And we heard from Tarkhanji, when Tarkhanji came, and there were incidents in Shirdi of he went for his morning shower and cloud burst happened, and he started calling her up to Megya, and Baba said, don't worry, I will never call you to Shirdi for Maran, right? And another incident, very interesting, I want to share with all of you is, there was a rich lady who came to Shirdi from Mumbai, and some people say she was from Tarkhan family, some say from Tendulkar family, but she went to Dwarka Mai to meet Baba, and she was sitting in front of Baba, and in few moments, what happens is there is a leper devotee that comes to see Baba, and Baba was visited by rich, poor, sick, all type of people, and that leper devotee, his whole body was full of pus, smelling profusely, right? And he was limping and walking, making very small steps to move towards, Baba. So he was coming from Sabha Mandap, making steps, walking up the steps to Dwarka Mai. And this lady was thinking, oh my goodness, he's gonna come close to me, and I'm gonna get infected, and that's it, right? And she was sitting in front of Baba, and Baba knew everyone what's going on inside her. And that leper devotee finally came up, touched Baba's feet, got the blessing, and he was on his way out downstairs of Dwarka Mai. And Baba say, hey, hello, you, come back. And everyone was surprised why Baba is calling him back. He took so much time to come there and then going back. And then leper devotee came back and he said, Baba, क्या हुआ? तो बाबा कहते, तू मेरे लिए कुछ लेके आया था निवेद्या, कहाँ है वो? And he then realized that he had actually got some barfi for Baba in his mutti, and he forgot. So just imagine, his whole body is smelling pus. He has barfi. He offered it to Baba, and you should now guess what's the next. What did Baba do with that barfi? Right? Baba gave that barfi to that rich lady and say, eat it. And who cannot follow, Baba's instruction? And that lady ate it. But Baba gave the message, don't worry, Shirdi is not for Maran, but for Taran. And it is very relevant in today's times also, right? If Baba calls to Shirdi in COVID and all that stuff, we don't have to worry anything. We are in safe hands. And that's what Baba was telling to, Upasni ji, that don't worry about her health. So Upasni Baba, was, staying in Shirdi, but because of preferential treatment by Baba for him, he wasn't welcomed by Shirdi villagers. And when I say wasn't welcomed, it was more of a jealousy, right? So what he did was to avoid that hostility so that he doesn't have to talk to anyone. He moved to Khandoba Mandir. So if you have been to Shirdi, Khandoba Mandir, वो highway से उस तरफ है और गांव इस तरफ है, right? So he wanted to stay away from the villagers, and he will go only to the village for his meals or to attend aarti, meet Baba, or during those times in the evenings, Dikshit ji and Kharpade ji will take those classes, Ramayan se, Mahabharat se, different scriptures, they will have lessons. So Basni Baba will go there and attend it. But what happened is, at the same time, Upasni Maharaj will start inquiring about Baba, because he was still very inquisitive. कि बाबा कौन है, क्या था, कहाँ से आया ये, because he was showing miracles to him, right? And he is not letting him go. So villagers suspected him of that he is a detective, he's some CID officer, because un dino, lot of freedom fighters also used to come to Shirdi, and lot of other rich people used to come, right? So many people, government and other people, they have lot of, every people have different thoughts about Baba, what's going on in Shirdi, right? So they thought he's a CID officer and he has come here to find out or something about Baba. So they used to started harassing him, and he was very, frustrated that what is this, what's going on. I moved to Khandoba Mandir and now they're harassing me. They have put police will come to him, ask questions. So he told Shama, I don't want to live here. I asked Baba, please let me go from here. So Shama said, don't worry, Umbasni ji, as long as Baba is with you, nobody can touch anything, you are safe. So the point is, he was continuously harassed by villagers. Not on the case of jealousy was there, but other, like they had skepticism, who is this guy who has come here? So now comes the thing, right now Baba hasn't told him for how long Upasni ji has to stay here. So one day Upasni ji goes to Dwarka Mai, and Baba breaks this news. Baba said, oh Pandit, all your accounts are clear except for few. And to clear those, I want to clear those few accounts, you have to stay here for 4 years. After 4 years stay in Khandoba Mandir, you will be God, right? And don't worry, I will do all the rest. You just stay there. No need to come here also. So Baba on top of that said, तुम खंडोबा मंदिर में रहना और यहाँ आने की जरूरत नहीं है, मेरे से मिलने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. So this was a big shock to Upasni Baba, because forget about 4 years. He was thinking, every now and then he will ask Shama to leave from Shirdi. And he actually literally started crying. And, Baba was so confident of Upasni Baba Maharaj Ji. Confident is the wrong word. He was sure that he knew what Upasni Ji is going to do later. So he will thump his chest and say, पूरी दुनिया एक तोले में और दूसरे तोले में मेरा पंडित. That's how much he used to love Upasni ji, love his spiritualism. He knew what he has to deliver after 4 years. He even used to will say that you are going to plant trees, and those trees are going to be giving benefit to all the generations to come, right? So you will see this is a very different devotee we are discussing. No, here Baba is saying you stay in Shirdi. No, you don't have to go. No, not many devotees Baba have said. Baba said, okay, you come. अटकर जी आए थे, ओके आ गए हो, ठीक है, दर्शन कर लिया, अब चलो जाओ. प्रधान जी आए थे भिवपुरी के, उनको कहा ठीक है आए हो, चलो जाओ अब, right? But here he has a different motive. He is saying you have to deliver much more. So so when villagers started seeing that Baba is saying, "Arey, ye to 4 saal yahan rahega aur uske baad he will be blessed, he will do all that stuff." So there was jealousy, and there was a devotee named Prabhu who asked Baba, "Baba, what is this? हम यहाँ पे इतने सालों से आपकी पूजा कर रहे हैं, और ये उपासनी जी अभी अभी आए हैं, और आप इनको कह रहे कि 4 साल के बाद you will be God, you will be this and all that stuff. What about us?" And you are telling him that you will get blessings on a copper plate, etc., etc. Baba said, no, 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 I am not saying this. He will get blessings on a gold plate. Copper gets spoiled, rust. I will give him on a gold plate, right? So here, I think this is another pattern of things. If you recollect from Pothi, when Satheji came to Shirdi in front of Hemant Pant, Satheji said, Baba, help me. He lost all his wealth. He was from Mumbai and he was doing Guru Charitra Saptah. Baba came in his dream. He was reciting Guru Charitra. So he asked Baba, what does that mean? What does that dream mean to me? Should I do another Saptah? And Baba said, yes, you do another Saptah and you'll be blessed after that. Hemant Pant heard it. And Hemant Pant said the same thing what Prabhu said. Baba, what about me? I've been doing for puja so long, you never blessed me. And you know the story after that. We went to Shama. The message was, here is, don't worry, have faith and patience. Everyone will get blessed, right? At the right time, when the time comes. And that's what is here the thing. And I think this is my personal understanding. There are a lot of patterns here in Baba's stories, Leelas. And wherever we see pattern, this is my interpretation, that those are the big lessons Baba wants to have us. I'll highlight other, as we go down this. This is, for example, this is very common. We say, oh, other devotees are getting a lot of good things. What about me, Baba? We talk to Baba, but doesn't mean Baba likes one over the other. It is the time, it is our purv karmas, and that's what is happening here. So Upasni ji got this news for 4 years. He has to stay there. He started staying there in Khandoba Mandir. He'll attend Aarti and all that stuff. He still has a wife, third wife, if you guys remember, right? And he had first wife who lived for 1 year, second wife also very short duration. She died. Third wife is the wife Upasni Maharaj ji had very good prosperous times, happy times, right? His Ayurvedic practice in Amravati, Nagpur, they flourished actually. He flourished and they had very good times. On February 1912, so Upasni Maharaj came Shirdi 1911, next year, after Sankranti, 19 February, his third wife passed away. And what happens is, a week before, he got the message that his wife is not doing well. So he went to Baba asking, Baba, can I go? I want to see my wife. And, the answer. Baba said, no, no need to go. And, next week his wife died. So he was very sad because Upasni ji had really seen some bad times, he used to beg food, Pune mein, Dhulia mein, he couldn't get job. He thought he's useless to his family. But, with his third wife, things really, improved a lot, and they had a lot of wealth. So he was really missing her. So he went to Baba and he gave him Baba 10 rupees. Baba, ye lo 10 rupees. Can you please give Sadgati to my wife? Baba said, take back your 10 rupee Pandit. she's already merged with me. She has gotten the Sadgati. And Baba said another thing. I will take away all the things that you don't need, Pandit, and I will give you only things that you need to achieve your goal. So you see, Baba is actually taking away all these things so that it's easier for him to achieve his goal, cut off his family ties, and all that stuff. So Baba told Upasni ji that, you know, you did a lot of sadhanas before, right? Because Upasni ji has been doing a lot of tap in Jejur, in Nasik caves, wherever, because he was fond of, he wanted solitude and say. He said, but all your sadhanas earlier, they were short-lived, right? Now I want, and clouded, they were clouded with family ties, right? When you, when he ran, if you remember last week we discussed when with the first wife, when he left home and ran up to Nasik, right? Thinking that he will do, you know, sadhana and, you know, he will leave everything. Within 2-3 months, he came back because of his family ties, right? When he's heard his mother is sick. So Baba said, you need to do real sadhana now, adhyatmik adhyan, right? Feel God in your heart, right? Focus on your goal, and I will do the rest. And then Baba said a very big statement. So he said, Pandit, after 4 years, Shama will pull you out of the Khandoba Mandir and I will make you sit in the open. So what that means is, you know, generally we put God images out in the open so that people can come and worship them. And Baba has been telling Upasni Maharaj Ji again and again that, you know, you will be blessed. You will be, he said, you are God. And with this thing, he's saying people will worship you, right? And that's what he means, that Shama will take you out of Khandoba Mandir and I will install you as a spiritual institution, right? As a God, you know, in the open so that people will say. And then again, his favorite statement for Upasni Maharaj Ji, he will always thump his chest and say, Upasni in one scale and the world in another. So these are really some unique things that, you know, we don't hear much Baba saying about, you know, his other devotees. So, you know, he was, this gradually, what was happening was that gradually these things were changing him internally, Upasni Maharaj, you know, gradually. And he used to see that, you know, people, his devotees will offer Nivedya to Baba, you know, धूप मध्याह्न आरती के बाद में शाम को. So he also started cooking food and to offer Nivedya to Baba in Khandoba Mandir. So there were two incidents that happened. And again, this is I want to emphasize, this is a pattern. This is the lesson that we have heard this in other episodes, many other episodes, similar, you know, things. So Pasni Baba one day made, you know, Nivedya for Baba. He cooked at Khandoba Mandir. He went outside Khandoba Mandir. He saw a black dog. And he thought that, okay, I will go first to Dwarka Mai, offer, and then in my way back, I will offer, you know, I will give it to dog. So he went to Dwarka Mai. Baba said, Are Pandit, why did you come here? What's the need of coming here? I was there. And Upasni ji couldn't get it. He said, you saw that dog, right? I'm there. I'm with all, in all species. So, okay, he got that message and he said, okay, Baba, I will be careful going forward. And what happens the next day? He cooks food again and he's about to go and he saw a old man outside the Khandoba Mandir wall sitting. And again, he couldn't get it. He went there and Baba said, Pandit, what are you doing? I told you yesterday, you don't need to come here. I am there sitting outside. That old man, did you see that? So this was, second time, and I think this time message really struck with Upasni ji, that Baba is in all species, right? And this thing we have seen in with Chandrokar ji, right? Nimonkar ji, Tarkhan ji, many devotees. This is the pattern, and this is a very simple thing to understand, but very, very difficult to practice, right? And that's why we see a lot of these big devotees. Pasni ji was, he's a big, but to actually really put it in our heart that Baba is in all species. You don't need to go anywhere to feed him. You feed these ants and all that, right? If you see Chandrokar ji, right? Remember Dev Sahib आए थे, तो देव साहिब ने बताया था कि चंद्रोकर जी का एक ट्रेडिशन था कि वो जो थे खाना जब भी करते थे, वो बाहर चींटियों को वो खाना तब तक नहीं खाते थे जब तक कि कोई कौवा आकर खा के नहीं जाता था। तो चंद्रोकर जी ने बाबा को कहा कि बाबा, अरे मैं 40 साल हो गए हैं बाबा, आता ही नहीं है कौवा, मुझे खाना पड़ता है फिर से। तो बाबा कहते हैं वो कौवा नहीं आता, चींटियां भी खा जाती है ना, मैं उसमें भी हूँ, right? So I think this is a big lesson for all of us, that Upasni Baba को जो दे रहे हैं कि see me in all the other species, I'm everywhere. So Upasni Baba जो थे, he did never had the necessities, right, from all the necessities right from day one, from childhood, when other people, his peers were playing sports or having good time, he was doing sadhana. So he was practicing vairagya to some extent right from the childhood, right? And then when he came here, he didn't have much money after his all the losses and all, his practice, came down, shut down. So he had very little money left. So he kept it with Shama. You keep it with yourself whenever I need. So remember Baba's words when he said what he told Upasni ji, I will take away whatever you do not need and I will give you what you need. So one day what happened, Baba asked Dakshina from everyone. आज उपासनी जी की बारी थी। बाबा ने उपासनी जी से सारा वो पैसा ले लिया। So now remember Upasni ji used to go for meals, right, in hotel. He used to pay for that. He had that expenses. So अब Upasni के पास कोई भी पैसा नहीं रहा. So still, villagers, that hotel wala and all that, they knew that Baba thinks very high about him. So they gave him free meals for few days. But kitne din, after few days, they stopped giving him meals. And that was a turning point for Upasni ji. Upasni ji, Baba that day felt very sad. Not that कि होटल वाले ने खाने देने से मना कर दिए, but on the fact that he was dependent on other people because of this food. So he said, I'm going to stop eating food. I don't want any this dependency because of this food. Remember last week we discussed Upasni Baba used to believe this body is our main, we need to be really strict with our body. Don't overindulge in this. So he said that I'm going to stop eating food, and Shama and others then they will bring food to him. At times he will eat, at time, and most of the times he'll give to dogs or other species. And sometimes Baba will send him ki ye Baba ne kya khao, so he will take it. But what happens, Sankranti 1913, agle saal, January 1913, he did the sankalp that I'm gonna fast for 1 year. I will not have any food for 1 year. And starting then he became very weak, and his pulse rate, normal pulse rate is 60 to 100. His Dr. Pillai jo the, wo, he was very close to Dr. Pillai, Apte ji. They were the few people who were very close to Upasni ji, and Upasni ji will confide in them, Shama also. So Dr. Pillai came there, checked his pulse rate. It was very low, 20. It even went to 20. And Dr. Pillai was surprised. how he was surviving, how he was doing all his work, right? He used to grind, and he will help in other stuff. Even, you know, when the road, kabhi road ban rahi hai, us pe phailaya. He was doing all his normal routine. So this is no surprise, right? This is the same thing. If you remember last week, we discussed Omkareshwar experience. Remember, he and his third wife, they went to Omkareshwar Ling. He was doing pranayam. He fainted, and when he became conscious, he became conscious again. His breathing has stopped. His respiratory system has stopped, but he was still alive, right? So here also, he was, everyone surprised, but this is all because of Baba's grace, right? Because he's moving up and up in the spiritual world, or Hatha Yoga or whatever. But this is more of a, you know, spiritual. He's under Baba's grace. He was under Baba's grace also at that time when he was at Omkareshwar. He didn't know that, right? But now we know. So everyone was surprised. How is he surviving? But he was doing all his, you know, daily chores and all that stuff. And that year, you know, on the Guru Purnima day of 1913, right? A very interesting thing happened, and this is the only devotee, I would say, like I said, mentioned before, that at least I am aware of. Baba said to Chandrabai Bokar, right? Chandrabai Bokar family has come here. We heard there also. She was a very big devotee of Baba, and you know, so Baba told Chandrabai Bokar that you, जैसे तुम मेरी पूजा करती हो, गुरु पूर्णिमा में, you go to Khandoba Mandir, take your puja material and do the puja of Upasni Maharaj. And this was a very big thing, right? I mean, अगर आपके गुरु आपको कहें कि जाओ तुम उसकी पूजा करो, right? So this is a kind of a shock, right? But you know, Chandrabai Bokar was very, you know, she will follow Baba's words up to the dot, and she went to Khandoba Mandir and she saw Khandoba, Upasni ji Khandoba Mandir में जब रहते थे, तो it was very dirty. He will not clean it, and he will, you know, he will not take shower. uh, things were not clean, right? So Chandrabai Borkar वहां गई, and she, you know, she cleaned it. Again, I don't know, many of you devotees must be bringing a parallelism here with Sai Baba, our Baba, right? बाबा की जो द्वारका माई थी, वो भी ऐसी थी. बाबा भी, बाबा नेवर यूज्ड, बाबा शॉवर नहीं लेते थे. his appearance was very disheveled. और राधा कृष्णा माई जो थी, वो आती थी जब बाबा अपना चावड़ी में जाते थे ओवरनाइट, वो क्लीन करती थी. जो सूट द्वारका माई की जो धुनी की जो सारी वो काला सूट लगती है, वो क्लीन करती, राइट? सो आई वांट यू गाइस टू डू दिस पैरेललिज्म कि चंद्रबाई बोरकर वहां गई, शी क्लीन्ड इट, right? And Upasni Baba was, you know, and then when Upasni Baba ने देखा कि ये क्या पूजा का material, all that stuff, she said, what is this? So Chandrabai Bokar told her कि बाबा ने ऐसा कहा कि मैं आपकी पूजा करूँ, तो, and he was very mad. He said, no, this is not going to happen, because this was very, I mean, somebody coming to him and doing puja, right? He could never imagine. So he said, he was very mad, and he said, no, go away. I don't want. And Upasni Baba was, you know, he was well built actually. He has a good physique. And so Chandrabai Bokar ने कहा कि मैं आपके पहले पद पूजा करूंगी, और चंदन चुंदन सब, तो and he will never let his legs, उन्होंने अपनी टांग और सब कुछ दूर कर लिया. देन तो लोगों ने बाहर खंडोबा मंदिर में देखा कि ये क्या, और अंदर से आवाजें आ रही है. तो दो आदमी आए, उन्होंने उनकी उपासनी बाबा की लाते पकड़ी. चंद्रबाई बोकर ने उनकी पद पूजा की, and she finally did it because she wanted to follow Baba's order. But Upasni ji was very mad. He was not happy that something is happening, because he didn't know what Baba is starting with him. So this happened on Guru Purnima 1913. Now I don't know if you know, if you recollect कि बाबा की जो पूजा शुरू हुई, वो भी गुरु पूर्णिमा जो शुरू हुई थी पूजा, वो गुरु पूर्णिमा में हुई थी. और हमने देखा है, जब नूलकर जी जब आए थे, उन्होंने जो लेटर्स दिखाए थे हमारे को, उसमें लिखा है जब नुलकर जी और चंद्रोकर जी के बीच में लेटर्स हुए थे कि 1909 की गुरु पूर्णिमा के दिन, ये कहते हैं, तब बाबा ने दादा केलकर जो थे, राइट, दादा केलकर को कहा कि आज क्या दिन है, तो उन्होंने कहा गुरु पूर्णिमा। तो उन्होंने कहा तो करो अपनी पूजा गुरु की। तो उनको तो पता नहीं था, तब बाबा ने गुरु पूर्णिमा में गुरु की पूजा शुरू करवाई थी। और 1913 में, राइट नाउ 1913 व्हाट वी आर डिस्कसिंग, बाबा आस्क चंद्रबाई बोरकर टू स्टार्ट puja of Upasni ji, right? So this is really something, Baba has really something great for Upasni ji. He thinks very high about him कि वो devotees को कहने जाके आप जाओ। And later on we'll see not just चंद्रबाई बोरकर, जैसे मैंने लास्ट वीक बताया था आपको कि बापू साहिब जोग भी वहां जाके उनकी पूजा करते थे। So now, things are, he's getting worshipped, but still, we may think, and lot of devotees now, Parsi devotees who used to visit Baba, they will send lot of bounties to Khandoba Mandir also, Upasni ji, because they heard ki Baba thinks very high about Upasni ji, and he's gonna be really, he's gonna be maybe a spiritual successor. Maybe I won't be surprised if people were thinking, because he was getting worshipped also on Guru Purnima. So things were going well, and Upasni ji used to have visions, right? And where he was staying, actually, it was right next to the cremation ground. जो खंडोबा मंदिर के जो साथ वाला इलाका है वो क्रिमेशन ग्राउंड होता था, राइट? वहां पर, और वहां पर एक बावड़ी भी होता था जहाँ पे मुस्लिम लोग जो मोहर्रम के बाद जो तबूत डालते हैं वो उसमें डालते थे। तो ही यूज्ड टू हैव लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट विजन्स, स्ट्रेंज साउंड्स, स्ट्रेंज sights, all that stuff. And one vision he saw was one day that his grandfather Gopal Shastri ji is standing outside Khandoba Mandir. He died, years back. So he was that, this is his vision, right? So he was really surprised, and Gopal Shastri ji was murmuring something, and what he was saying was Ahmednagar, Ahmednagar. So Ahmednagar, if you don't know, it's Shirdi is in Ahmednagar district, right? So he couldn't understand, and he kept repeating that Ahmednagar. But then Upasni ji realized what he was saying was, this is really interesting. Ahmednagar, if you see on your screens, Aham, ego, Madan is attachment, Gar is poison. So it wasn't Gopal Shastri ji, it was Baba in the form of Gopal Shastri ji who was standing outside and telling Pandit, take away your ego and attachment. These are poison. You are destined to do something really big. And after he realized these things, Upasni ji for next few days, he will continue saying this, Aham Madan Nagar, Aham Madan Nagar, kept repeating, and villagers will say, oh, he's a madman, right? But Upasni ji knew what he is saying, why he is saying, what he has to achieve, right? And people, villagers, boys, वहाँ पे जो लड़के छोटे बच्चे बुच्चे थे वो बाबा उपासनी जी पे पत्थर फेंकते थे. We'll discuss, more next following sessions. He was not treated well, but he endured, right? So again, this is no different than what our Baba has to. Baba को भी लोग पागल फकीर कहते थे, बाबा पे लोग पत्थर फेंकते थे, right? So this is no different. So with this Kashinath ji, Pasni ji had to experience extreme aversion for food, and Baba always told him, I'm always with you. There were a lot of sufferings he has to undergo, right? And हमने देखा कि श्रावण, in Sankranti के बाद he stopped eating food. So another thing, I think this is mentioned in the Pothi also, that गुरु स्थान में जो पादुका थे बाबा के, राइट, वो जो पादुका पे जो इंस्क्रिप्शंस थी और जो पादुका वहां लाए गए थे वो उपासनी जी लाए थे. So the installing of the holy padukas at Gurusthan was an initiative of a couple of devotees from Mumbai. During their visit to Shirdi, they became friendly with two local devotees, G.K. Dixit and Sagun Naik. Sagun Naik जो था जिसका ढाबा था खाने का. As they were sitting talking one day, they all felt it would be good if there is some kind of memento to celebrate Baba's coming to Shirdi under the neem tree. So they thought of laying padukas.
सदा निम्बवृक्षस्य मूलाधिवासात् सुधाश्राविणं तिक्तमप्यप्रियन्तम् तरुं कल्पवृक्षाधिकं साधयन्तम् नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं सायिनाथम् नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं सायिनाथम्.
So what you just heard, this was inscribed on the padukas, and this was, this is the creation, this shlok or whatever was done by Upasni ji. And you can see these on the screen. There's a picture again. Thanks to Jayesh Pai on assembling all these pictures, and thanks to Narasimha Swamiji for providing us all this thing. Otherwise, this session wouldn't possible. So this you are seeing, you can see that, and that's what you heard. So Upasni ji took on his head, अपने ऊपर सिर पे द्वारका माई से लेकर उसको गुरुस्थान ले गए. बट वो पादुका अब नहीं है वहां पर गुरुस्थान में. वो पादुका नहीं है. वो इसलिए कि what happened was कि after that there was some there was a person or demented or whatnot. He broke all the padukas. He was not in his state of mind. He broke those padukas. Also जो मंदिर थे अपने गणपति मंदिर, शनि मंदिर, ये सारे वो सब उसने काफी डैमेज कर दिया. So it is said that those padukas are still under the it is buried under that thing right now also. Or another thing is कि उस time से then they started aarti on the Gurusthan also. So aarti was done in Sathewada, Dikshitwada. With the installation of padukas, a third aarti was started at Gurusthan, and G.K. Dikshit ji was employed to officiate. A few months after the installation, the padukas were damaged by a lunatic who destroyed some of Shirdi's temple idols. The devotees were distressed, believing it augured ill. But Baba said, don't worry. Baba said, don't repair the crack. In fact, the broken padukas were later replaced, and the originals are said to be in the pedestal underneath. So, this is something, really we should be aware that Upasni jo padukas the, he was instrumental in putting there. Now, another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is जो धूप आरती हम करते हैं और उसमें जो साईं महिमा स्तोत्रम है वो उपासनी महाराज जी ने लिखा हुआ है, right? So I thought maybe we will close today's session with that Sai Mahima Stotram instead of because that is also Baba's Aarti, and we should see कि ये सब 1912 की हम अभी 1912 में ही हैं, right? 1912 में ही हैं, 1912 1913 में, and की contributions from Upasni ji, how his stay in Shirdi, how villages were doing, right? So we'll conclude today's adhyay with Upasni ji's Sai Mahima Stotram, right? and then I will discuss after this what we will do, next session.
सदा सस्वरूपं चिदानन्दकन्दं जगत्सम्भवस्थान संहारहेतुं स्वभक्तेच्छया मानुषं दर्शयन्तं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं भवद्वांसविध्वंसमार्तण्डमिड्यं मनोवागतीतं मुनिर्ध्यानगम्यं जगद्व्यापकं निर्मलं निर्गुणत्वं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं भवाम्भोधिमग्नार्दितानां जनानां स्वपादाश्रितानां स्वभक्ते प्रियाणां समुद्धारणार्थं कलौ सम्भवन्तं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं सदा निम्बवृक्षस्य मूलाधिवासात् सुधाश्राविणं तेक्तमप्यप्रयन्तं तरुं कल्पवृक्षादिकं साधयन्तं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं सदा कल्पवृक्षस्य तस्यादिमूले भवद्भावबुद्ध्या सपर्यादिसेवां नृणां कुर्वतां भुक्तिमुक्ते प्रदन्तं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं अनेकाश्रुतातर्कलीलाविलासे समाविष्कृतेशानभास्वत्प्रभावम् अहं भावहीनं प्रसन्नात्मभावं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं सतां विश्रमाराममेवाभिरामं सदा सज्जनैः संस्तुतं सन्नमद्भि जनामोददं भक्तभद्रप्रदन्तं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथम् अजन्माद्यमेकं परब्रह्म साक्षात् स्वयं सम्भवं राममेवावतीर्णं भवद्दर्शनात् सम्पुनीतः प्रभोऽहं नमामीश्वरं सद्गुरुं साईनाथं श्री साईश कृपानिधे किल नृणां सर्वार्थसिद्धे प्रदा युष्मत्पादरज प्रभावमतुलं दातापि वक्ता क्षमः सद्भक्त्या शरणं कृताञ्जलिपुटो सम्प्रापितोऽस्मि प्रभो श्रीमत्साई परेश पादकमलात् न्यान्यच्चरण्यं मम साईरूपधर राघवोत्तमं भक्तकामविबुधद्रुमं प्रभुं माययोपतचित्तशुद्धये चिन्तयाम्यमर्निशं मुदा शरत्सुधांशो प्रतिमं प्रकाशं कृपातपत्रं तव साईनाथ त्वदीयपादाब्जसमाश्रितानां स्वच्छायया तापमपाकरोतु उपासनादैवत साईनाथ स्तवैर्मयोपासनिना सुदस्त्वं रमेन्मनोन्मे तव पादयुग्मे भृङ्गो यथाब्जे मकरन्दलुब्धः अनेकजन्मार्जितपापसंक्षयो भवेद्भवत्पादसरोजदर्शनात् क्षमस्व सर्वान् अपराधपुञ्जकान् प्रसीद साई सद्गुरो दयानिधे श्री साईनाथ चरणामृतपोत चित्तास् तत्पादसेवनरतः सततं च भक्त्या संसारजन्यदुनितोर्धवनिर्गतास्ते कैवल्यधाम परमं समवाप्नुवन्ते स्तोत्रमेतत् पठेद् भक्त्या यो नरस्तन्मना सदा सद्गुरो साईनाथस्य कृपापात्रं भवेद् ध्रुवम् करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा पराधं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्
So, this concludes our second adhyay for Upasni ji. Kalp vrikshu vriksha jo hota hai, that can give you anything, what you want, all that stuff. But only Sadguru can convert people like himself. दूसरों को convert करना to give spiritual upliftment, only Sadguru will do it or can do it. And here we see the live example where Upasni ji is being converted like Baba. Baba is trying to convert him, and so that he becomes an example or have a following. And Upasni Maharaj ji is one of the few, I will say very very few devotees कि Upasni ji के भी बड़े followers है जो further saints हुए, मेहर बाबा जैसे मेहर बाबा थे, right? Many other thing, right? So I think this is it's a very interesting one devotee where not much is known or much known is referred in the Pothi. And I think we have a lot of, so next episode, third adhyay, we will continue Upasni Baba's talking of the stay in Shirdi, plus we'll talk about how he started to build those mystic powers, how his devotees coming to him, and he was not going to Dwarka Mai. Baba ने कहा था कि तुम्हें द्वारका माई आने की जरूरत नहीं है. And we will see how he was not going to Dwarka Mai, but जो devotees वहां आते थे, उपासनी जी सब बताते थे कि द्वारका माई में ये हुआ और तुमने ये क्यों नहीं किया, right? So he started building those mystic powers. Or Baba never worked on siddhis. Siddhis came to Baba on its own. So I think it's not a surprise कि जो बाबा के पास सिद्धि अपने आप चल के आई और उपासनी जी बाबा के अंडर ट्रेनिंग में इतना कर रहे हैं, तो उनके पास क्यों नहीं आएंगी, right? So that's what we will all see in next episode. So Shekhar ji, anything else before we close for the day?
No, that's good. Very good. So we will continue next week. So excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay, Sairam everyone. Thank you.